Hello and welcome back to the channel, everybody. And if you're new here, hello and welcome. This is Motor Mike Media, and as always, I'm Motor Mike, and today, well, we're going to talk about the Canoo electric pickup truck. And hopefully I'm saying that name right, but this vehicle, it's very different. A lot of automakers, they're planning on making electric trucks. They look like regular trucks in the overall silhouette, just more futuristic in design. Now this is very futuristic and nothing is quite like it, but let's talk about the styling and the front end. The front end. You see that it's a very rounded vehicle. There is a flat spot up front, but you see this large raking windshield. That flat spot up front, well, that's where your front is, your front trunk. Nice, easy access to get in and out of it. Good size storage space, but the cool thing is, when you fold on that panel, well, it's multi-purpose. It can actually fold out, creating a full-size table, which is a nice thing. If you're going out on the campsite, something like that, you need a table to use, well, you got one right there. Or even if you're working, you can put equipment and stuff like that right there. Now, the headlights, they're very different. I actually really like this LED signature, how it goes up and down to the sides, and when you go to the side profile, you can see that marker continues on the side slightly. It's a cool look. Now when we're on the side here, you can see that raking windshield. It's a very big greenhouse. The regular pillar that would be up front, the A-pillar, is actually this glass design. It's very cool looking. A lot of 90s GM vans actually had a very similar look to it, but it helps improve visibility. And you can see this vehicle has a very interesting silhouette. Very rounded up front, coming down abruptly to make the bed of the vehicle. The body lines, pretty subtle. Most of them are flat panels, but it still looks fairly decent. And you can see there's a lot of little inlines and outlines. What are those? Well, panels. So by the wheel well, there's a panel that folds out. It's storage for you guys. You put lots of little knickknacks and stuff like that in there. Now, up by the bed, you can see another outline there. The cool thing is that it actually fold down. That's on both sides of the vehicle. And basically, you can fold that down, get in and out of the bed easier if you have something that's right there. And those fold down into tables too. So this vehicle is like a Swiss Army knife or a transformer, if you will, where it does a little bit of everything. Let's go to the rear end. The rear end, very nice taillights that kind of match the front headlights. It's a cool look. And this tailgate, it's multi-purpose too. It can actually fold down and expand, making the bed actually bigger. So if you want to fit full-size plywood or other large objects, you can. You can get a nice divider for the interior of the bed. It's a cool look. This vehicle, like I said, is a Swiss Army knife. It's very interesting. But you can actually get a top for the rear end. Very cool, very similar to what a Jeep Wrangler has. Now when you get that top, obviously your interior space there is now sealed away from the elements. You can get a rooftop tent. You can get ladders. When you get that extra cap on the bed of the truck, you can put extra panels on top of that for more storage and practical use. This thing is supposed to be a Swiss Army knife, like I said, off-road purposes, take it overlanding, take it camping, or just doing your everyday work. This thing is very interesting, but so is the interior. When you sit inside this interior, a very unique steering wheel. It's squared off, very similar to the Corvette C8. The dash, a lot of interesting materials. The switchgear looks very different. It's a kind of a minimalist look, like a lot of electric vehicles are going with, but I like it. Everything jives pretty well together. This configuration that they're showing us only has 2 seats. There is 4 doors in this vehicle. The front 2 doors open like normal. The back 2 are clamshell doors. They swing out, but it's easy access to get into the back. They only show it as like a storage. Maybe in the future they'll actually have rear seats to add more passenger space. But let's go back to that outside real quickly, guys. Here's a base model. You can see that this model doesn't have the rooftop tent. It doesn't have the overhead storage. Now, I'll show you another picture. They show it's got the nice rack up top with the LED bar there. You can go back to the picture of the one with the cap on it. It's got the overlanding tent on top. This thing is really interesting in how it's multi-functional. They're saying there's going to be lots of accessories for this vehicle. I'm quite interested in it. But let's talk about some numbers. We don't have a whole lot, unfortunately, which is kind of sad. But they're saying about 200 plus miles of range. We don't know the battery size, unfortunately, but there'd be a single motor or a dual motor. I feel like a lot of people get that dual motor just for that off-road capability, and having all-wheel drive in a truck just seems right. They're saying about 600 horsepower and 550 pound-feet of torque, which are very good numbers. This will be one of the more horsepower-oriented trucks, and they're saying about 1,800 pounds of payload, which is good. We don't have towing numbers though. That's kind of unfortunate. But they're saying that this vehicle will start being in production about 2023, so the next few years. And they're targeting a base price model to be about $33,000, which isn't bad at all. This is a very interesting vehicle, but I wonder what you guys think. What are things you like about it? What are things you don't like about it? I've been talking about a lot of electric vehicles in general. I'll show some on screen right now. I'll leave all those in the description down below for you guys. This is very interesting. I personally like the Alpha Motor Company. They're a little retro design, a little bit better than this futuristic design. But please let me know which one of the two you like better. And if you guys haven't already and you want to, check out my channel. I keep trying to give you guys more and more content. Let's talk about cars, trucks, crossovers, and SUVs, combustion engines, and EVs just like this. A little bit of everything. And please, like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you guys can stay up to date with the latest and greatest from my channel. And if you want to support me more personally, I got a Patreon. A couple different tiers, some good stuff for you guys, early access to some of my videos. It really helps me and the channel grow. And as always, I truly, truly appreciate you guys for watching. And I'll see y'all in the next one.